This episode is brought to you by Factor.
Mills.com/Neds50.
Haha! You love your Factor.
I love my Factor meals. Truly, I need meals that save me time and taste good, have enough calories, have enough protein. Factor covers those bases.
Oh yeah, no mess at all.
No mess, no prep time, no cleanup. You're good to go. They really save my busy days.
Are you tired of cooking?
Are you tired
Never
of...
do it again with factormeals.com. Don't know how to cook? You don't need to learn. Sign up for factormeals.com/Neds50 to get 50% off. That's code Neds50 at factormeals.com/Neds50 to get 50% off.
Hey, Neds Declassified Podcast Survival Guide. Welcome back.
Yes sir.
If you haven't already,
Like,
you
subscribe.
already know what we're gonna say. Are you trying to match what
audio
I'm
pod.
saying?
New audio pod.
Are you trying to match what I'm saying?
This is confusing the
It's
viewers,
decent.
guys. It's confusing.
You said Dipston.
Dipston.
Listen, guys.
for this
Yes.
We
You
want this podcast to take over the world, and if you ever want to see Neds Declassified back on screens, you must follow us on Spotify and Apple and YouTube.
Hey, kind of.
This is so annoying. I also like it.
I know, right?
Anyways,
It's fun.
we have a special guest in
Special
studio.
guest?
Okay, Nickelodeon alum,
Alum.
old friend,
Legendary.
now Grammy award-winning
EGOT
musician,
winner. Leon
Thomas.
What up?
The third. Put that 3 on it.
Yeah.
Wait, you need the third?
No. That's all.
Oh, you don't need the third?
But I mean,
Okay.
you can
Yeah,
if you want to.
The
You know.
third.
You don't
Yeah,
want
I'm
you
the
to-
That
third.
is some
Yeah.
strong
That's
family
that
lineage.
lineage.
Two others.
boy.
Two others. Actually, I'm technically the fourth, but my grandfather changed his last name. Oh. So yeah, he was Leon
running-
Shepherd.
running
So this
from
is
the
like
co-
the fourth generations of Leon. Yeah.
So do you feel like you'll be called to name your son Leon?
Kind of. Yeah. At least one. I mean, I think
Right.
I'm gonna have a couple kids. So
Nice.
I wanna.
Nice.
You could do like George
Definitely, yeah.
Foreman and name them all George, or name them all
No.
Leon.
Wait, what?
George,
Yeah.
it's George Foreman, right? Am I tripping? George Foreman named all his kids George Foreman.
That's wild.
And how many is all?
Not
I
even
think
the
it was like
first
4,
second?
maybe 5.
Really? Wow.
What?
Wow.
It's lit.
That's
How do
pretty crazy.
you...
Fact
how
check
do
me
you,
though, guys. I could be lying. Look, hey, she's over there like, let me check this
Dylan,
out.
is
Aaron's
that
like,
real? Does George...
Whoa.
12? All named George or
That's a lot of
Georgia
George.
is insane.
It's a boss move right
Yeah,
now.
that's a lot of Georgia
Confusing.
in one house.
That is a confusing
Georgia.
household.
Yeah.
Georgia.
Who's getting yelled at? Who's getting praised?
George, get in here. They all come
Oh, they all
down.
come running like, all right. Nah, they need nicknames for sure.
For
Yeah.
Gotcha,
sure.
yeah.
So I guess just an idea, you can name all your children Leon or
Leona.
Leona.
Yeah.
No.
Leonie.
We're gonna stick with just one.
Okay.
Just one,
Yeah.
just one. Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
just one. Just
a
one.
Got it.
reasonable man. That's
reasonable.
insane. George Foreman's a crazy person. That's insane. That's a
Wait,
crazy
Wanye
thing to
from
do.
Boys to Men did the same thing. He also like all of his sons are like Wanye or like some kind of version of it. Yeah. That's
I
like
mean,
a
that's
thing.
like a particular level of narcissism,
Narcissism, for
right?
sure.
Right?
Yeah,
That's
So,
insane.
yeah.
I mean,
pretty deep.
he
It's pretty
invented
deep.
the George Foreman grill. I mean,
It's like, dude, you had your you'll live on. Just let them have their legacy.
dang.
You know?
He was setting them
How do
all
you
up for
build a
greatness.
legacy?
I mean, George Foreman.
Maybe, or just to live in his shadow. I'll always be the better George,
George,
Foreman.
I'm
George.
the
I'm the
George
original.
Foreman.
What's your middle name?
George. Crazy enough.
Are you fucking shitting
Nah,
me? Dude,
nah,
I
nah.
just got called to ask him that for some weird ass
Yeah,
reason.
Your
yeah.
middle name is George. That's lit.
Yeah, I was trying to keep that secret, but here we
That
go. You know what I'm
is dumb
saying?
as
Maybe
hell.
you could name them all not Leon, but George.
But George.
I mean,
Now we thinking. Now
George
we're thinking. I like
Thomas,
that.
George Foreman,
George Foreman Thomas.
George Foreman Thomas.
that's why.
Fuck, man. Great to see you, by the way.
Yeah, man, it's good to see you too. Bro.
Yeah, man. We had Matt Bennett on, and I was telling him about like you coming to that premiere in Mexico. Such a random
that was so
time,
random.
10, 12
Yeah.
years ago, man.
Got introduced to tequila. I was loving it. Yeah, it was like
No.
the first time where I was
Tequila?
like really like drinking
No.
a lot of tequila. I was
Oh,
like,
no
wow,
way.
this is amazing.
He said this
yeah.
could become a problem.
Yeah.
and
for sure.
drink tequila we did. I mean, that was
Well,
just a
for sure.
party. That was just
it was a party the whole
moment.
time. It was a good time though.
Puerto
It was fun.
Vallarta, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
love
was a
it.
good ass time. So will you take us back to Victorious?
Absolutely.
This was after, like, we had already kind of graduated. We were already out of our Nick era when Victorious came along. And how was that experience for you, man?
It was amazing. I mean, I think being paired up with just the whole social media boom and kind of integrating that within the show.
Yep.
Kind of gave us a different edge around that time.
Yep.
But being able to do music on the show was like a big thing for me. Being able to write some of the songs I was singing really made a lot of it make sense. I mean, we were really a family. A lot of us had moved from the East Coast to the West Coast.
Yeah.
And, it was a good time.
Where were you coming from?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Okay.
Yeah,
dope.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
You still go back?
Yeah, here and there.
But
I mean, most of my family moved out of Brooklyn, so the only reason I have to go there is like really good food. But I love to go to New York. New York's a vibe.
Yeah, and Victorious, man, like I hear about it from a lot of like our fans, like a lot of the fans fucking overlap. And then having Matt on, he spoke that you guys are still in a fucking group chat together. You guys have kept the love alive.
The group chat is alive and well. It probably only gets lit like once a year when something crazy happens. We gotta just like chop
Send
it up.
a meme and fucking
I mean, we're actually still pretty close.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's nice because you never know what's gonna fucking happen with these casts. I mean,
The afterlife can be kind of weird. Yeah.
yeah,
Right?
I mean, shit.
Navigate it.
We didn't connect again until this.
Right.
Really? Wow.
How long did Victorious run again?
We did probably like 3 years.
3 years, same
3
as us,
years.
kind of. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what did it look like getting off of that show?
It
Was there any
interesting.
issues you like had to deal with during the filming, just like as a kid growing up, like first time on
You know,
set?
I think for me, I'd done some stuff on set prior to that, a couple movies and things like that. But once I got there, I feel like the most challenging thing was just like finishing high school and just like trying to kind of create some semblance of like a normal life after the fact.
Yeah.
But I think we all really found solace in each other, because we were like a little gang, we would hang out and kicking it. It felt more like a high school situation because of that, which was really nice. We had a pretty big cast. But yeah, I mean, getting back into music after the show was like really challenging. But I found my way through writing and production and just spent some time letting like a lot of the Kids Network shit die down so I could like
Right.
dig into what I would consider true artistry.
When
Successful transition too. That's a hard one to make. That shift in the music.
Man, it's tough.
And took some fucking time. Like, when do you feel like it started to click into real, like, true artistry? Like you said, like, when did it start to fucking coalesce? Because I watched your journey from like post-Victorious, still making music, working on it, and then just fucking going deep.
Yeah. I think it was interesting because like until I went independent, it was really hard because you have like corporations looking at numbers and data, and they're like, all right, well, because you were on this children's network, we can't do anything too racy, or we kind of got to be safe. So it just took a while to really like kind of just break that mold and kind of find myself. I'm really glad I took that independent step because it gave me a lot of control, and I got to learn like all of the different things that a label does. I mean, I essentially had my own indie label with this distribution deal.
Damn.
But prior to that, I was really working on some crazy records.
Yeah.
With my production partner, Chris Riddick Tynes. We started something called The Rascals. I worked under a pseudonym so people wouldn't Google me before the session.
Wow.
And then like if they like went and then recognized me, then it was just like,
A different, Oh, that's so tight.
icing on the cake rather than like the entire cake.
Right.
I wanted people to really like hear what I had to offer.
That's so
And
tight.
they did. Hear it, they did.
Yeah, that's so tight. What are some of your favorite records you worked on with the Rascals?
I think it was a really special moment early on in me and Chris coming together with the Rascals. We worked with Ariana on her first album. And we got to do like a lot of it, to be honest. And we had like a big string section for Honeymoon Avenue, and we're able to really like orchestrate these amazing records. And me and Ariana used to talk in the schoolroom about what we wanted to do, and I was a huge Quincy Jones fan, and she really wanted to be a pop star. So it was just a nice full circle moment that came together and became really successful. It was like my first time being on something that was #1 or like really, really super talked about in the music world. And shout out to her for giving me a chance.
Have you worked with her since? You've
Yeah. We worked on her Positions album. I did 2 songs, A Safety Net with Ty Dolla $ign and another joint called Nasty. It's genuinely nasty lyrically. I love it.
Who wrote it? You wrote it?
No.
Ain't that nasty.
That was Victoria Monet, who's actually having a big moment right now as an artist. And also Ariana was writing on that song as well. But I was just a part of the production, but it was really dope.
Hell yeah.
Dope thing.
Hell yeah. Do you like production or writing like more? Like, do you like sessions where you're in on the writing, or is it cool to just like take?
I like to do the production. I like to create the landscape, create the set, and then let the story just evolve based off of that environment. I think sometimes trying to decode artists' thoughts is really challenging and tough. It's almost like therapy. They have to kind of spill in order for me to get something that they'll actually be attached to. But, you know, over time, you know, sometimes I'll write songs for myself that'll end up on an artist. I like doing that rather than like sitting in a room trying to decode somebody's deepest, darkest secrets, or even try to make something that's a quote unquote hit single or whatever, you know.
Sure.
It can be a lot of pressure.
So you feel
For
like
sure.
by even the writer resonating with the lyrics, transferring that to a new singer to do, you feel like it still will be felt, the impact will be felt?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, people like Luther Vandross and Whitney Houston, some of their biggest hits were covers, you know.
sure.
Even Jimi Hendrix's biggest hit was a Bob Dylan song, you
Yeah.
know. So it's like it can be done.
This episode is brought to you by Factor.
No, but I could be wrong.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sorry, I'm late. I'm really sorry. Just been a hell of a morning.
Where have you been?
No, it's been an insane, just one of those days, man. I just had so much to do, and I was trying to get over here, and traffic was insane, and I haven't eaten, and I left a roast in the oven, but it's still roasting, so I never ate because it took too long, and I really gotta eat before we start. Do you have
at
anything?
your house right now?
Let's not talk about that. Do you have
dangerous.
anything to eat?
Yeah, freaking Factor meals, man. Go grab one out of the refrigerator, dude.
What's a Factor meal?
You don't know about Factor.
Factor meals,
Kidding me,
man.
bro?
Come on.
Like restaurant quality meals, man. Premium stuff, dude. They're ready to heat and eat whenever you are. Come on, man. You should grab some. Go grab a Factor meal.
Get a Factor meal, man.
Guy left food in the oven.
Head to factormeals.com/Neds50 and use code Neds50 to get 50% off. That's code Neds50 at factormeals.com/Neds50 to get 50% off.
This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp.
Guys, I don't really like this, man. I look dumb on the last episode of the pod.
No, you
Are you
do
serious?
not.
This is your
Millions
most
of
viral
views and
clip.
like, yes.
But I mean, I just revealed too much. I feel like people are laughing at me.
What the people want.
That's what they want. We want you to share more. Make a fool of yourself.
But is it what I want? Like,
Who cares about that? The views, man. The numbers, man.
Let your shame flag fly, dude.
Every Wednesday, Daniel, you signed up for this, buddy.
I don't think I can show up next Wednesday.
You're gonna need to. See you there. Share deeply. Be vulnerable.
Is your social battery getting low? Does your social media page look like a cry for help? Well, you know, therapy is a great option for you to go ahead and sort things out inside so that you can show up better outside. Try BetterHelp.
Find your social sweet spot with BetterHelp.com. Visit BetterHelp.com/Neds today for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Neds.
Right now, there's like this big thing of like artists being the only writer and it having to be their story. But
Yeah.
I think sometimes when there's just a really good song with not too many chefs in the kitchen, it's a little bit better for me
More authentic.
personally.
Absolutely. Dude, I'm with you. There are those like
That seems
records.
like really unfair because acting is such a collaborative effort, and then they're
Right.
like, "But if you're not self-made and do it all yourself,
Right,
you're
yeah,
not a
it
real
gets
fucking
weird
singer."
fast.
Like, it's so interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I mean, even for my own music, I work with a writer that I really enjoy working with, Busy Crook. He's out of Miami. Really amazing lyricist, and I do a lot of the melodies and come up with the hooks. And it's just a fun collaboration, and we have a good flow of how we do things. And I always try to shout him out because I think writers
Busy.
sometimes get the
Oh, yeah.
ghost
Yeah,
treatment.
stay in the shadows, goddamn.
yo, stay in the shadows. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty messed up to be real. Yeah.
Ghost in the name.
Yeah.
Bryson Tiller.
One of the craziest writing duos, and it's just so interesting, is everyone knows Elton John, but he had a writing partner, Bernie Taupin, I think is his name. Bernie literally wrote every lyric Elton John has ever sang.
Yeah.
Elton was just melody and music, and Bernie would send him the lyrics, but people don't know that. And that was literally their dynamic. Like all Elton John is Bernie Taupin, I think, or Tarpin, whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, everyone has kind of different ways of writing. That dynamic is so interesting to me.
That's
that
wild.
Elton
Elton
never
nailed
wrote a
it though, because I always felt like he was connected to
Oh,
what he's
hell
singing.
yeah.
So
And he
I mean,
was.
that's how you pick out the passage you're gonna mess with. It's just based off of what you're going through in life at that time, and you know, you really also need to work with a writer that understands you.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
part.
And then some people who are just fucking great performers, singers. I mean,
Yeah,
Ariana
like Whitney
being one
can
of
kill
them.
whatever.
What?
Yeah,
Give her
whatever you
fucking
throw-
anything. Give her Old McDonald and she'll fucking
she'll
crush
make it
that.
work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there are
yeah.
those like true performers. Who can take anything.
Who's
So
been the
cool, man.
favorite artist that you've worked with?
Working with Drake was really cool because like, you know, growing up, I definitely listened to a lot of his music. You know, he was on N, you know, on Noggin for a while, you know. So it was just interesting seeing him like transfer out of that. I always looked up to his transition.
A little bit of parallel.
Hell
I thought
yeah.
that was really cool, you know, because he did it so seamlessly.
Yep.
And just kind of being around him, being able to ask questions, and him even just like taking some of the ideas I was a part of was really cool.
That's super rad.
It was a big deal. It definitely changed the trajectory of like how the industry saw me as a creative, for real.
Have you had mentors in the industry? Like,
Yeah. My biggest mentor was Babyface, amazing singer-songwriter and artist. And you know, he opened up his studio doors to me when I was like 18, fresh off of Nickelodeon. And was like, yo, I got an A-room. Anytime you want to use it, it's yours. And that's how me and Chris met. And the rest is kind of history. But he was definitely like a Mr. Miyagi of R&B for me. Just really let me know like the rules of this shit, you know, like, you know, tapping into it, yeah.
What was your acting journey after Victorious?
It was really tough. It was like pulling teeth. Because I think like, you know, being so focused on music and always being in the studio, late hours, having to wake up and do auditions in the city, you know, was really tough for me. But I think once I did Insecure was like a really big move for me. You know? Yeah, I was on the second season of Insecure.
Oh, right on.
And around that time, Vicky Thomas, shout out to her, she like really gave me some amazing opportunities, like Detroit as well, which kind of gave validity to what I was doing after like all of the Nickelodeon stuff. Because it was kind of tough at first. People kind of put you in that box and they don't really want to take you out forever.
you have like the Nickelodeon or Disney Channel like stamp of like
for
you're
life.
that.
It's tough. It can be tough.
But you know, doing those roles really helped me be able to just kind of break out of that and have some more fun. But at a certain point, I realized, you know, my time was kind of being split in an unhealthy way. And I just really wanted to spend more time just kind of living life as well as making music, something I was really passionate about.
Right.
More so than the acting, you feel like, well,
It's I mean, I'm down. I mean, I love a good script. You know, I think sometimes it's kind of tough as a black actor too. Like you'll get these scripts that are like kind of playing off of like tropes, and it's like you don't want to. I don't know. I've had such an amazing career of being able to just like be a person and not just a black person on screen.
Don't tarnish.
And for me, I'm just like real careful about what I attach myself to. Because I feel like as we go further into technology, into VR, it's like I just don't want to be a drug dealer in VR, bro.
Oh, bro. He's like, that's my nightmare. I have nightmares about
don't
this.
want to be like
I'm selling dime bags, nickel bags.
Don't want to be a drug dealer in VR.
Yeah, it's just like if I can, like just kind of stick to.
That's too real. It's too real.
There's too much going on, you know.
Facts though, you spin some real facts. Yeah.
That's so funny. Did you watch Neds?
Yes, I did. Growing up, I watched the show. I thought you guys were really funny. I love the concept. And when I first met y'all, I mean, this is my first time meeting you.
I know.
But when I first met you guys, I was definitely fanning out. Not gonna lie. But yeah, man, I just kudos to y'all. Y'all really
Appreciate
killed
you,
it back in the day, and this is such a great idea.
Hey,
It's been a fun, strange journey that we never saw coming, and now we're like over a year into it, and it's one of the joys of my life.
I love it. I love
Honestly,
it.
honestly,
I love
it's
it.
so
honestly,
crazy.
life was a little like in stasis, like right before this, and then this
Yeah.
has added so much creativity, just not only from like a personal relationship here, but creating and putting out the goals together, yada yada yada.
Yeah, it's been so cool. And then also like catching up with like a lot of other people from our show and just other people from the networks at the time. Like acting as kids is just a unique experience that all of us
really is.
share that like no one else fucking gets that aspect of our lives. And that's been a really enjoyable process for me in all of this is like catching up with people on that shit.
I love it.
When did you start acting? Because you said you had done a couple movies before.
I started acting at 10 years old. I did a Broadway play, Lion King, in New York. That's what got me into it.
What?
That's what got me into
little
it.
play called
Wait.
Broadway.
Fucking
You might
bro.
have
Okay.
Young Simba.
Tell
I
us
was
the
only-
story of that. How did that happen?
My mom's a singer, so she was at a rehearsal. She brought me along, and a friend of hers was like, "Man, he's such a charismatic kid. Like, there's this open casting, Telsey casting for Lion King. He should try it out." And it was my first audition, actually my second audition.
Simba?
For Simba, yeah. And then
Fucking starring role.
Yeah, he was one of the
figured it out.
characters.
So my
Right?
parents didn't even know I could sing before that audition.
What?
Because I mean, I was kind of intimidated. I'm like, my mom's an amazing singer, my stepdad's an amazing singer, so I never really
wow.
like sang around the house. But that's what kind of brought me out of my shell. And after that, I just had a really crazy run on Broadway. I did Carolina Change, which got nominated for a Tony, and then Color Purple, which also got nominated for a
EGOT
Tony.
is
So that EGOT is coming for you, dude.
I mean, I'm really hoping so. You know, it'd be nice, yeah.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Do you
That
have
is
it, like,
stunning.
are you looking for more like stage projects?
Yeah, I mean, I did. There was this play called One Night in Miami. That just recently they did a film adaptation of it
Yeah.
on Amazon. And I played Sam Cooke, and it was a really cool experience of like
Yo, hey,
being able
I-
to do that.
Holy.
That was, but it was so weird. Like I was doing a play in Miami, so everybody was like, "What you doing a play
Yeah,
in
that's not
Miami?
a-
Like what's
yeah.
going on?"
Yeah, there's no
but
theater.
it was actually fun. It was like 2 months in Miami in a nice little,
Dude,
Good enough to be
just, like,
adapted to a new film.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It was really cool. That was like my first time doing theater again since I was a kid. And it was really challenging. I was up there with like Shakespeare actors, no mics. You know, I had to do a lot of songs just with the guitar. And you know, it was just a very intimate and very real theater situation.
Remind me what One Night in Miami is about. Isn't it like MLK?
No,
and
it's
Sam
it's
Cooke?
it's
Who-
Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali,
That.
Sam Cooke, and Jim Brown, all in a hotel room talking about just the responsibility of an artist or a celebrity at that time. You know, civil rights movement was really heavy, and you know, Sam Cooke at that time really mostly was just doing like a lot of love songs. But A Change Is Gonna Come apparently
Come.
came from
that.
that conversation with him being like, I need to do something. I like, you know, and I think that was a really, really, really great, amazing just way to tell that story. Like obviously, you know, there was nobody in there with a recorder saying exactly what they
Of
said,
course, too.
but that was a real situation.
Yeah,
that
MLK
happened.
could have done that. We need Malcolm for this.
Yeah, no, Malcolm. And it's funny, like most of my scenes were like arguing with Malcolm X. So like I'm talking like 5-page monologues, like just like going at it with Malcolm X. And I mean, the guy who was playing Malcolm X was really, really just an amazing actor. So definitely put me in the moment. Yeah.
Wow, I guess no easy
fucking
argument to
cool,
have. That man
Yeah.
knows how to prove a point.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Theater's such a different experience than being on like a set where
Yeah.
everything's blocked off and you're shooting little scenes. Like theater's that immediate feedback. You know if it's
Well,
working.
it was tough. One night, my boy, because we were in Miami, so sometimes we would go out like the night before. So we went out the night before, and my boy had like a little alcohol fog brain. You know what I'm saying? Missed like 4 or 5 lines. We're on the stage, like, bro, like we're looking at him, like, you know, trying to talk with our eyes, like, what's the line? So we had to kind of improv to get to the next section
Right.
of the scene. There's no doing it over. You gotta just
You have to
figure
keep
it
going.
out.
one
You
night
gotta
in Miami.
figure it out. One night about every moment was like,
yeah, that shit of not being
kinda
able to
like
do another take.
And
like,
playing
yeah.
the guitar, I couldn't imagine that, bro. Like you asked me to go and play a guitar just for a show, I'm gonna flub something. But you had to play and
yeah, but I mean that's
keep the line.
that's really what I come from. I mean, even in New York when I was doing auditions for movies, I would bring my acoustic guitar and just sing for the casting director, just to, you know, get a little extra love, and it worked a lot of times. Yeah,
So what was the transition from Broadway run to LA?
I went on tour with Carolina Change. That was my second Broadway play. We went to LA. And I randomly started getting involved with Disney. I had like a couple lines in a Bambi film. I was like the 4th of Bambi or something. And then they realized that maybe voiceovers could be a good move. So when I came back, I ended up doing Backyardigans.
Oh,
so I kind of
yeah.
grew up on the network. You know,
Wow.
so I ended up being the singing voice of Tyrone for like
dope.
2 years. You
Yeah.
know, which is really cool. It's my first time seeing like the effect of the children's network aspect of it. Like, you know, the kids, because I mean, people were learning their ABCs, you know, locking in with us through that. And then Nickelodeon really took a liking to a lot of the songs I was writing just like as a kid. You know, I ended up doing this movie called August Rush with Robin Williams.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
That was like my first real on-screen moment. And the movie did really well. And Nickelodeon decided they wanted to sign me to a development deal. Do like the whole...
First of all, I know they did those.
They wasn't even
anymore.
giving those
That
out
hasn't been
back
done
then.
since 1943. Fucking
Right.
development deal.
Development deal. Yeah, the writer's strike happened and kind of slowed down, and then
So like
Victorious went down.
07 or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
Oh, wait,
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, development deal. They didn't
No, for
That would've
real.
been nice. They didn't develop
Marilyn
shit.
Monroe had the
Develop
last one of those.
Yeah,
They said, go!
Right,
So
right.
impressive,
Yeah.
I developed
man.
issues after leaving.
Develop these issues.
Well, I mean, I was over at the Nickelodeon office a lot around that time, and you know, like Disney was doing some interesting stuff with Miley and the Jonas Brothers.
sure.
And, like just the bridge between music and being on screen was like really successful for their competitors. So I feel like
sure.
they were trying to figure
Match
it
it,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Match
for
the
sure.
energy,
No,
you
that's
know?
what
Yeah.
happened. I think honestly, I remember that when Neds ended, right? Because we just like reached a point where if Neds was going to continue, they would have to change the show for high school. Like we would have to reimagine the show, and that was pitched, and they passed on it. And I forgot. I remember
music.
it was because music was becoming such a fucking thing at the time.
Big time rush.
for
and all that.
My
Disney.
dad
Yeah,
pitched the
yeah.
script to Scott even, but then they ended
It
up
was
going with Big
before-
Time
yeah,
Rush.
yeah.
Before,
But yeah, music was taking over right after
Yeah,
Neds. So
yeah. It was
they were
a-
done. They
it
were
was a
done
big
with
thing.
tips.
Miley made so much money, especially for herself, and Disney was even like, we'll never let that happen again. We need a little piece of that.
we'll lock them
Right,
down in a
right.
contract. But yeah, Hannah Montana like blew up,
Changed the game.
changed the game.
Yeah,
it
definitely
really
did.
did. Everyone was then like, oh, let's chase that. Like we got to get that. It was that, and then Twilight also made every children's network think they needed Wizards of Waverly
yep,
Place came from that.
vampires
Like
and
Right.
we need magic, we need wizards, we need vampires,
Right, right.
we need werewolves.
Mm-hmm.
We could have done Ned's Declassified. Transylvania Survivor
We
Guide.
did that one episode where I was like a ghost. Remember, I was in
Oh,
that
the
projection.
Halloween joint?
I think it's just a Halloween episode or something.
No, I was a projection of a ghost the whole time. I wasn't there.
I don't remember that.
I know
It
you
was a
don't.
Halloween episode. Yeah, it was a Halloween episode.
You remember?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
Anyway,
So,
like your Grammy, do you hold it?
oh yeah, congrats on the
Is
Grammy.
it
Did we
cool?
say?
Oh, yeah,
I don't
I
even
had
have it yet.
not
I don't
really.
even have it yet. I think they send it like a couple months later. I mean, first off, there's like the televised version of the Grammys, and they have the pre-televised. It's probably around like 300 different awards that they have to put together with engravings and stuff. So I think it's gonna take some time before I actually get, the big trophy. But
Yeah, congratulations.
yeah,
man.
thank you.
Congratulations.
It's a big deal.
It is. Fucking
No, that's huge. It's
Incredible.
huge, bro. Yeah.
Third nomination,
Third nomination.
first win.
First official
of
win.
many.
Yeah.
First of many, man.
Yeah. I mean, like the first time I was nominated, I was a part of an album that won, and that's like right before they changed the rules. So that like you have to have like a certain amount of percentages for publishing in order to get like a actual trophy for being on an album.
Sure.
But this is my first official like song win, So this
And it was for
it's a big deal.
SZA.
SZA, yeah.
Snooze,
God, I love
Snooze,
Yeah.
Snooze,
Yeah,
boy.
what a track.
That took over the.
Yeah,
damn,
it did.
yeah,
Yeah,
boy.
it did. Yeah, it did.
Still on the charts right now. Still top 10. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I just directed a video for Lola Brooke, and she's mentioning Snooze in the song. Like, even
Oh,
just-
yeah.
everybody's just name dropping Snooze.
Yeah,
like, it was
yeah.
huge, it was a phenomenon, bro.
My production partner, Chris Riddick-Tons, he's actually Lola Brooke's A&R. So I'm
Oh,
sure
lit.
there's like a little something,
Yeah, little connection there,
maybe. Thanks
We
a lot.
actually joked about it yesterday when you were coming in. It was like, oh, let's tell him to bring the Grammy. And then I knew, I was like, he's not going to have it.
I just don't have it.
They mail you those fucking months later after they engrave them.
It takes a lot of time.
Yo,
Yeah.
where are you gonna put it? You got the spot?
I have
sending it to
no
moms?
idea where I'm putting it. I think I'm gonna actually put it in like a case. 'Cause I have some
Nice.
Kids' Choice Awards and some other stuff, some
Nice.
nomination stuff. So.
You got some Kids' Choice Awards?
Yeah. We got 3.
Oh, I love how he said we.
We
It's
got
like,
3.
That been-
You
it's
see
again,
how
we-
It was as a team,
Did we get any Kids' Choice
No,
Awards?
we didn't get any.
I have 2, but they are also European Kids' Choice Awards.
It's all good,
we
though,
never won
man.
a
It's
US
all
one.
good.
But that's, International Kids Choice Award. That's pretty.
It's pretty cool, but was it victorious? Like, was it favorite show? Was
Favorite
it cast?
show,
Favorite
yeah,
show?
yeah.
Yeah. I have the German Lieblingsserie, which is
I love
favorite
it.
show
I
in
love
German.
it.
Favorite show.
That's favorite show.
That isn't favorite person.
I know. No, that one should be
Damn
collective.
it, that one is for him.
That one
Wait,
is for him.
did
He deserved
everyone
that.
on the cast get one?
Yeah.
That's so funny because I went to Germany for favorite series and they just handed that to me.
One for customs, one comebacks. For customs.
yeah.
What is happening?
I'm sure you guys can just, email somebody.
I will.
get
I
it.
don't even
Yeah.
want it anymore.
Do you
All
still
right,
have
just give me the money.
copies of that?
You think there was money attached to that?
No, I'm saying give me the money. Wherever you
the
gotta get
money.
it.
Wherever it is,
Wherever it's at,
give it to me.
give it to me.
I love it.
Jesus.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, I do kind of love the Kids' Choice Awards. It's such a cool award. The
Oh,
blimp,
it's
the
a good
blimp's
time.
just-
The
it's
slime,
classic.
yeah, all of it's fun.
Classic.
All of it's fun. I mean, like, I think the last time we were there, Michelle Obama was there with the kids. It was like, it was like some amazing celebrities pull up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a star-studded
yeah,
event.
it's a star-studded
I
event.
got dunked on by Michelle Obama. I will never not say that whenever someone.
Oh,
mentions
yeah,
it.
you gotta
That's
do what
so
you
cool.
gotta
Drop
do.
forever.
Have to
So
name
cool.
drop
You
it.
let it dunk on you, bro.
Yeah, I need that. I love that. Yeah, I didn't let her. She just actually.
She's just that nice.
Yeah,
like,
didn't even let her.
Wow.
She did it.
cold, yeah.
Kids' Choice Awards were always a good time.
Nah, it was a
man.
good time.
What are you most scared of in the world?
Regret. I think that's probably my biggest fear. That's why I do a lot to just like live in the moment, really chase stuff.
Leo
Maybe.
said
I think it was
that,
Leo.
didn't
I think it was Leo.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because I mean, you really look back at it. A lot of our lives are, well, all of our lives are documented right now. Whether you're famous or not, I think
Yeah.
it's just really important to just kind of live like you got a documentary being filmed about you. You know?
Yeah.
If you have a fear of regret, do you have any regrets?
I think after Victorious, there was definitely a moment where I was just trying to be too cool. I think if I was a little bit more vulnerable, things would have been a little bit easier for me at that time. But you know, other than that, nah. You know, I really tried my best to just live the best way I knew how. You know,
Yeah.
fearless and just get in there. Yeah.
What physical thing?
What
That
physical
you
thing
fear.
that I fear?
He already
Like, what
said
do
it.
you-
It's being green screened on the.
yeah, green screen
VR
VR
drug
You
dealer.
know what I'm saying? With a grill in my mouth, playing a drug dealer. Yeah, that's not like, not really like ideal. No, but I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think any other thing. I'm not a huge fan of heights. Like, I mean, planes, I'm cool, but like, if I had to be like,
Yeah.
you know,
You're not
mountain
jumping off of
climbing and
nothing.
shit, yeah,
Got
you
it.
know, like skydiving. Actually, in Mexico, they gave us an option to skydive. I was
Yeah,
like,
I
nah.
went.
Oh, you took it?
Yeah. I went.
I
I've
was like,
been,
I'm
bro.
good.
You gotta try it.
I'm good.
It
I
was
gotta
sick
try
as
it. All
fuck.
right, let me
One
do it.
day.
I might actually get over my fear
I used
of
to be
heights,
afraid
though.
of heights. Do you do roller coasters?
Yeah, but like the
But
chill
like-
ones. I'm not like,
Yeah, I
I'm
was
not
never a
doing
big
my
roller
best.
coaster
Yeah.
guy. Skydiving is
Skydiving's
better
so
for me.
dope. It's
dope,
so
bro.
dope.
And it's an experience. You'll,
All right.
It's so funny being strapped to a fucking human. Like,
Yeah.
like my life is in their hands, but in that, I think I just become baby. And I
Yeah,
go,
you're a baby at that
I go,
point.
I'm your little baby child.
You're
Whatever
not in control.
happens,
I trust you.
Like,
it has to be
I'm
trust.
literally strapped to you. So let's go, Dad.
Let's go. Nah, that's crazy.
That Mexico one was sick though, because we got to land like Mexico. Americans think America, freedom. Nah, you want to go somewhere free? It's Mexico.
Yeah.
You can do anything in Mexico. We landed our from skydiving on the fucking beach, like in the middle of the
love it.
resort area of Puerto Vallarta. Like, you can do anything in Mexico.
That's pretty lit.
So we
Yeah.
landed like on the beach near our hotel. It was
Wow.
fucking incredible. Yeah, that was sick.
I might try it now. I might try. I think
Yeah.
y'all talked me into it.
Yeah.
Why
Oh,
not, bro?
it's terrifying on the plane.
Up. If it's a rickety plane,
that's
too.
the moment I'm not into.
No,
yeah,
that
bro.
moment's
It's like-
horrible.
Jumping
I swear
from
there
the
was
plane
duct
because
tape
it's
on my
about to
wings.
crash. Yeah.
Wait, you ask every guest the physical fear thing. I feel like, what's your physical? What are you afraid of physically?
Physically?
Yeah.
Everything. Everything. To be really honest with you, like weather, thunderstorms, like a tsunami, a freaking earthquake, something that is so beyond human, like whatever, and then like being trapped there. You know what I'm saying? Like
Natural disasters.
Right.
Yeah, they're pretty frightening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's
actually a really good one.
I
Yeah.
get that. Earthquakes, I mean, how vulnerable, like we only have big ones and we've never
Right.
had a huge one since we've
Don't
been alive.
say
in LA.
that.
But
Don't jinx it.
that is a,
Right, knock it
I
on.
feel you. That is a vulnerable feeling. When
No,
the
it
earth
really is.
shakes, you're like, oh, I can do nothing. I
Right,
can do
right.
Nothing.
There's nothing you can do about
Nothing.
it.
Sometimes I drive into like a parking garage that's like below this building, like to
I
park.
don't like that either.
It's like, yo, hey, if it happens, it happens. Like I can't even and try to brace. It's like, you just gotta
You
let it happen.
You'd still try to brace, I feel
Well
like.
done. Good job, kid.
That scares me too, though. That whole like under the building thing,
Yeah.
or being too high in something. It's like I can't get out if there's a fucking fire. I
Fire
can't get
or-
out if there's
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
You know.
I did a really big drive one time from Denver to Aspen, which if you can ever do that drive, it's so
Lit.
fucking beautiful. It's 3 hours of just every turn you go around is like a new mountain vista. Gorgeous. But on that drive, you'll see avalanche like
Warning.
the fields where an avalanche was, like you'll see it because I was there in summer, so it's not snowy, but you'll see just, oh my God, on this mountain, all these trees, like this giant flow that was an avalanche. And it really made me feel very small, which is a good feeling, honestly, especially in the careers we have. We make everything so fucking self-important and big.
Yeah.
I felt small around the avalanche field, but also like, holy shit, if this is a natural disaster. If this happened when I'm driving by, I'm dead.
Dude.
Yep.
I'm dead. This whole mountain is knocked over,
Dude,
basically.
the rock slide signs. And I think when I was going through Utah or somewhere around there, it's like that is scary. You'll see this big boulder that's right next, and you're like, dang, this fell. And if I would have been driving by, there was nothing I could do about it.
No.
Or you hear about those freak accidents where it's like, oh yeah, somebody threw something out their window and it like killed somebody down below or whatever. Nobody's ever heard that?
What?
No, I mean, I'm sure.
No. Like, I don't know, those weird.
Like drop a penny
there's some
off the
weird-
Empire State Building?
I thought
something
it was
that.
a myth, but
But
you
like-
could probably kill someone with that.
I swear maybe it was in Law and Order SVU episode. I'm thinking.
I feel like it was.
No,
you're
but
thinking of
there are
procedural
situations
television.
Like, this was it. Somebody jumped out of the Cecil Hotel,
Okay.
landed on somebody and killed them.
Well, yeah.
All right.
And sharks,
Oh, sharks. Okay.
right? Come on.
Yeah.
Like you could
A
get
reasonable
you
fear,
could get
man.
through a
Yeah.
snake, even through a spider, but a shark?
There's no going through a shark. No.
No. I'd even trust myself like trying to outrun an alligator through a swamp before I'd try to get a shark in a alligator or shark if you had to wrestle,
Alligator.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Something
I've seen
about
some
them.
amazing videos in Miami specifically. Like,
Oh, yeah.
just like the
Florida?
way they
Right.
deal with like
Florida
alligator-
man murders
I feel
an
like I've
alligator.
learned enough from watching those videos to figure
Right.
it out.
Oh, Florida has made gators
Did you
accessible.
see that homie? He's like the Florida fisherman. Oh man, this homie with these locks, bro. And he just recently caught a shark. Have you guys seen that?
No.
And he's just on the he's on the lakeside with a freaking shark, man.
There's this guy who walks barefoot through Florida.
I follow
have
him.
You seen him?
Fishing Garrett or
That
whatever.
guy.
That guy's
Yeah, he's
crazy,
fearless. Like he's genuinely fearless. Like he'll go up to alligators and mess with them,
Yes.
snakes.
He
all
calls
of
them
it.
swamp puppies.
swamp puppies.
Wait,
Yup.
is he the guy who says
Swamp
yoink?
puppies,
He's the guy who says yoink.
Yoink. Yeah, I like that guy.
Yoink.
I like
Yoink.
that guy. Yeah. He's feared my fear.
Dude, he's crazy. He's like, yeah, walking through the Florida Everglades, like his shoes are off, and he's like,
And
oh,
it's
look at
pitch black.
pitch black, and he's like, look at all these swamp puppies, and he puts up his camera, and you just see 50 lights of eyeballs in the water.
Yeah.
Frightening. You got favorite places in the world that you travel out to outside of the US?
I really enjoyed Tokyo.
Never been.
Like it was just such an amazing experience. The technology, the food was fire.
Yeah.
But then Florence, I spent 2 months in Florence working on some music.
Nice.
And that was really eye opening. I mean, like a lot of people speak English out there, so it wasn't that hard to get around. And the food was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Dope, I bet.
Shout out to Italy. Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
pasta.
Shout out to Italy.
Shout out.
Devin, you're half
quick
Italian. You know how to
little-
make some good pasta?
My nana makes good pasta.
Right.
Okay.
No, that's so cool. Yeah, I was just
That was a good
curious.
time.
Yeah, I haven't been to Italy since I was 8 years old.
Wow. You
And
gotta
when-
go back, man.
I do.
Trust.
I do. I've been in Europe the last 2 summers. I just didn't do Italy, but fuck, I love it over there. Amsterdam's one of my favorite places in the world.
I've actually never been.
Yo!
I just
wanted
left,
to go.
bro. It's lit.
You gotta go. Like, look, there's the obvious shit that
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah,
knows,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
The weed and whatever. But
Just beautiful.
That
Yeah.
city is just fucking
The
so
canals,
dope.
the way it's made, like
Yes.
that city should have been drowned a long time ago. But they
Right.
came up with these crazy canal systems, and the like main core is like the center section, and then it's just canal,
Yeah.
ring, canal, another ring, and it's just it's epic. man.
It's
I love it.
epic place. So beautiful. The people are so fucking cool. Yeah, I love Amsterdam a lot, man.
Random red light district too, like the not that I was in there doing anything.
Sure.
Right. Yeah, of course.
But,
Yeah, so random.
they-
I just there's a
They
random.
stumbled on it.
They actually have these red freaking like buildings, and the
Right.
lights are on, and you're like, wow, it's 3 a.m. Why do these people have the lights on, in their
Right.
houses? Yeah.
Why is that woman in the window,
waving
beckoning
at
me
me?
forward? Why does the window open into a room with a bed? Why am I paying her 300 euro?
What is this about?
It's so random.
What a
Did you
weird-
guys
that's
have
so
that?
Why am I leaving here excited and ready, refreshed and ready for the day?
Why am I scheduling my next trip to Amsterdam? It's so random.
Amsterdam's great.
No, that shit actually is the red light district actually is wild. I've never partook, but it's in the middle of the city center.
Yeah,
It's in the main city center. And if you're just on a walk in Amsterdam, which I have been, you'll accidentally end up there because it's in like the main part of the city. And all of a sudden, there are women in windows going, hi. And you're like, this is crazy, dude.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, so watch out for that when you go to Amsterdam.
All right, we'll do.
But have fun out there. It's
I'm
a
just giving
lovely
you
place.
places to avoid when you're out there.
Exactly. Word.
There's also some streets in Thailand I've heard
You,
of.
that you should definitely avoid.
Avoid them.
The specific
sure.
chord
My
and its
uncle
R.
moved to Thailand, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit! So
My
he knows
uncle
the
just
streets.
straight up moved there. I was like, bro, what?
Wait,
are you doing?
what? From New York to Thailand?
No, actually, he lived out here. This is my uncle
okay.
that lived on the West Coast.
Okay.
And yeah, he's been out there for the past like 3 years.
That's so sick.
Living it
I
up.
want to go.
He's
I've never
doing
been.
it. Yeah.
Thai food's my favorite
Just
food.
he
Passport
went by
bros,
himself
you know
and
what
just
I mean?
moved.
Well, no, he fell in love when he went out there and then got married.
Oh,
Divorced, and now he's single, just like catching a vibe. You know? Like, just in Thailand.
Yeah.
doing his thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude,
Cool.
it's so great having you on.
Yeah, bro.
And
It's
been a
catching
pleasure,
up
y'all,
with you,
for
real.
man.
Oh, and
Yeah.
I got to shout out
serious.
Tony Handsome, this DJ. He's the one that introduced.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
Yeah, man. Tony, I grew up with him in Long Beach, man.
Oh, really? Oh, y'all
Went to
grew up
school
together. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait, that's how
Tony's
you guys linked?
Yeah. And then you reached out to me and was like, hey, yo, I just saw Leon.
Yeah, so you got that Amazon event.
Yeah,
So I was like,
Amazon thing, yeah.
Because I told you I was going to have you on the pod, but it
Yeah.
took him mentioning that y'all
It
had
all
met up. I
worked
was like,
out.
Yeah,
It
it
all
really
worked
worked
out.
out.
It all worked out.
Everyone needs to go listen to Electric Dust.
Yes,
Please
sir.
do.
Leon's
Yes, sir.
album, like
Electric
not only
Dust.
is Leon writing amazing shit for other people, but your music's so fire and your
Man,
voice
thank
is so
you.
good.
I really appreciate that.
and you
yeah.
play all the things, don't you?
Yeah. I play a couple instruments.
Yeah,
man, you know, and
yeah.
that's a really cool just part of what I do right now. Just being able to express myself in multiple ways, to write, produce. I even helped mix the album.
What the
So yeah. It's been a process of just learning and conquering. You know, just like different tasks. But,
Yeah, all
you know,
aspects
this is
of
a big
it.
one. It's a big one.
Carrying
Yeah,
the torch. Man,
Yeah,
that's so
congratulations. Yeah, Electric Dust, Catch and Release. Everyone go check out Leon's stuff. And then we like to end our episodes with a tip
Tippy
for the
tip.
audience.
I think my biggest tip would be to really journey inward. I want you to do whatever you can to maybe find your way to meditation. I think that's something that definitely really helped me. Just even outside of religion, I think it's just genuinely about like finding yourself. And I don't think enough people are balanced inside. You know, I think that helps you on the outward.
yeah.
That part.
Definitely fucking does. You guys got any tips?
Leon is a testament to the fact that you should not limit yourself. All right, there's a lot of different avenues you can take, and you might find that you're talented at a lot of things. But give yourself the chance to explore those different aspects of yourself. Go out there, win, thrive.
Like I say, with everything in your life, it's a practice, right? Like you don't just have perseverance or get perseverance. Like you earn it and you practice it, and that's like you just keep going in little ways. And I mean, I understand the difficulty of transitioning from a child to an adult, and especially in another industry, which is even more like, you know, whatever, you got to be this presence for, you know. But yeah, just the fact that you were like, yo, it was tough, but here I am now.
Exactly.
Fucking 1/4 of the way to an EGOT.
Right. One step at a time.
3
we'll figure
letters
it
to
out.
go.
There it is.
Let's get into
It's
it.
gonna be simple for him.
We'll see.
My tip is to go listen to Leon's music. That's it. Go listen
that.
to Leon's record.
Do it.
Electric
that.
Dust.
I like
Check
that.
it out. It's
please
vibes.
do.
Wins.
Make some love to it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
don't
saying?
snooze. Don't snooze. You heard what SZA said. Don't
Hey.
snooze.
Don't snooze.
I like that. I like that.
Leon George Thomas.
That's
like-
yeah.
that's
The
one of
third.
the
Wait,
nicest
that's
things.
my tip. Name all of your children George Foreman.
Everybody.
All of them.
Everybody.
Thanks for being here. We'll see you next week. Go follow us on the things.
Like,
Comment if you
subscribe.
liked this episode.
Word.
We'll see ya. Bye.
Bye.
Later. Peace.
Hey! Thanks for watching this week's episode. Guys,
shout out.
is it time for
Super Friends Dance.
Thank you for being patrons. We love you. Special shout out. Thanks for making this this podcast possible. Go to patreon.com/nedspod
That part.
if you want more from
That
us
part.
and to support us. We love you.
Love
Thank
you.
you.
See you next week.
Bye.